Greeting and welcome to the Intensive Success Growth. I am your host, Nishant Sharma. Please give warm welcome to our guest, Girish Bali. Girish Bali is a podcast host, expert in IT, cybersecurity, and he's a author, speaker. Welcome, Girish.
Hi, how are you? Thanks for inviting me.
My pleasure. Let me start with this. Where were you? What happened? Who were you surrounded with that inspired you to do what you do today?
Well, what really inspired me to be a technologist is that I was just into, technology stuff. I've always break stuff and bring things together. So that's my technology career. But when it comes to the podcasting world, um, I am a videographer and a photographer for weddings. So I took those skills and brought that into my podcast. And my dad used to be a public speaker. My grandfather used to be a movie director back in the Bollywood days and the black and white days. So I think I'm taking their skills to bring my skills up there. So his speaking skills and um, the visuals that you see on my YouTube channel for Back to Basics, I think these two people have inspired me. So whatever I'm saying right now is all my dad's words.
Okay, great. What are the top three reasons why do people fail?
Um, because I think what they're doing is they're not following their passion. I feel that if you follow your passion all the way through, I think it should move forward. And back to basics, I usually don't say the word failure. The reason why is because if you say the word failure, then it seems like there's no moving forward. So the way I say is a step back, because when you step back, there's always a step forward. So that's what back to basics is. Because if you, let's say, hypothetically fail or you're not doing well, you sit down and go back to basics and think forward. So that's how I think.
Okay. What's your top three success secrets that other can model from you?
I don't know. I just, passion is the only thing that I follow. Um, I don't know what my secret sauce is. Maybe it's networking. Maybe it's my passion, or maybe I love to do what I do. If I love to do what I do, it means passion, right? So um, there's no secret sauce. I just love what I do.
Okay, great. What's your company motto of Back to Basics?
Company motto.
Yes, yes.
Um, Back to basics um, is a podcast at which I started last year in January 2020, 2020, 21. Um, People have tendency to complicate things, and what I do in this show is I try to uncomplicate it and make it simple and basic and fun. So that's what this whole back to basics is all about. I honestly did not know what I was doing when I first started this. I just thought that it's a great idea and let's do it. And I used to release every Friday. And then I realized that I'm confusing people, so let's divide my show into segments from Tuesday through Friday. So I have different topics on my back to basics, which is business technology and business marketing and technology, my motivational speakers and authors, and then I have trending items like NFT, Bitcoin, cryptocurrency, real estate, finance, anything that whatever you name it. And the last is health, fitness, and nutrition. Those are the topics that I talk about. And then in the interim, I've started a production company to help podcasters, let's say like you or anyone else who wants to get help from me so I guide them to be a better podcaster. I also help them on editing. I also help other people to be good public speakers. And there are children who are struggling to how to be a public speaker. When I say public speaker, meaning just talking to, let's say, you, okay, because they're not extroverts, they're introverts. So I help kids to be an extrovert. So it it's a long journey. I honestly did not know what I was doing, but now I do have a mission. I do have a path forward when it comes to back to basics. And we're just starting. I mean, we're going to be starting a digital magazine next year. So there's a lot of things happening for upcoming years.
Okay, great. So who is your ideal client?
Who's my ideal client? Um I guess I would say my clients would be entrepreneurs, technologists, fitness, um, nutritionist, um, anyone who has a passion about anything are my clients because my clients are my celebrities, and my celebrities are going to be successful through this medium that I have right now.
Okay. So how do you find your ideal client?
Um, I don't know. By the grace of God, I really don't know. People interact with me. People they see and watch and listen to my podcast, and they say that they want to be on my podcast. And just go to back to basics mode, and you'll see which mode you want to listen to, and be a guest. You can just go to my website and go to a section where it says pre-call. I would love to have a pre-call before the show because I feel we should have a workshop before the call itself because I want to get to know you better. And maybe I'm not a great fit for the host, and you're not a great fit for as a guest because that is the only time that we have for each other before we go directly to the show.
Okay. How do you deliver five-star client experience?
Um, you have to be cordial to all your guests. You have to be nice to them. You have to listen to your guest. Um, I have been very successful in that way that my parents have taught me to be nice to people. If you be nice to people, then people will be nice to you. That's how we have been taught, right? So it's the same process for all my guests. I treat all my guests at literally a Maserati feel, which means that I give them a high class feel every time. There's no small and big person. For me, everyone is a high class person.
Okay. So how do you handle rejections?
Rejections, meaning someone not coming on my calls.
Yeah, yes.
Um, it used to bother me in the beginning, but then I realized that it's okay. Life will go on. Um, Not everyone is gonna like what you do. Not everyone is gonna like what you say. That's okay. I've it doesn't bother me much anymore because it is something that you learn from that. Because you know what? There's a reason why I say that is because a person who has rejected me, I have emailed them back saying, "Is there a reason why you didn't want to come back?" And they usually tell me as to why, and that's how I improve. Because you know what? At the end of my episodes, on every episode, I have always said, uh, please be really honest with me that if I was good or bad, because that's the only way for me to grow. And I've said that in every episode of mine, and people they think that you don't need to say that, but honestly we do, because that's the only way to grow.
Okay. How do you crush your competition?
There's no competition. I just do what I do because if you go with the mindset of, Nishant is better than me or I'm better than you, then you'll be a failure. Because, you have to go with the mindset that I should say this, I'm competing with myself for every day. Because every episode of mine, I have improved. If you look at my episodes from day one till today's date, I have improved. I'm not saying I'm perfect because I have made mistakes on the way, but that's my competition with me. So with anyone else, not really, because there are other podcasters are so better than me. But I no, there's no competition for me at all.
You believe in daily improvement.
I believe in daily improvement. Because you know what? If you think that you are the best and there's no need for mistakes, then that is a sign for failure. Because If you go to, let's say, if you call a customer service and the customer service says, "Can you give me a ratings of 5?" I said, "What is the highest?" He says 5. I said, "Honestly speaking, I'm going to give you a 4 because there's always room for improvement. No one is perfect."
Same. Okay. How do you start your day?
How do I start my day? Very simple. Um, I wake up, I do some yoga like for 5 minutes. I go down to the basement and I do some gym for at least 15 minutes. Um, I have my coffee, obviously, and I read at least one paragraph because I feel I'm not a reader, but I read at least one paragraph per day because if you read that for 365 days a week, that actually means that you have completed one book at least in your
Yes.
life, right? So if you keep on doing that slowly day by day, um, I think that's the way for me to grow. I mean, if you look at all the books that I have here at the back, all those are the books that I got from my authors that I have interviewed, and there's many more coming. So I'm reading their books, I'm learning from them, and that's just how I do every morning.
Okay. What are you grateful for today?
Um, what am I grateful for? That I am very glad and very, very happy as to how my life has uh, turned out to be. My visions are coming out the way they want to. My voice is getting heard. Um, I'm just very happy that people are noticing my work and people want to collaborate with me. People, they want to come to my podcast courses. They want to come to my podcast counseling. Uh, I'm just very fortunate that I'm just doing what I love to do, and I'm gonna keep on going till I die.
Okay. How young are you?
How young am I? I'm very young. I'm very young.
Like 30 to 40, 40 to 50, or how young are you?
Oh, it doesn't bother me at all. I will be 50 at the end of the year. I age is just a number for me. Uh, it doesn't bother me one bit because the way I look at it is the older that I get, the better that I get and wiser that I
Yeah,
get.
yeah,
So
right.
it does not bother me at all.
Okay. You are not 50-year young. You are 18-year young with 32-year experience.
Thank you. Thank you. Can we say 21 because at least I can drink? Uh, because if you do 18, then it means that I have to hide from people. I don't want to hide from people. I've already done that back in my days.
Okay, okay. So great. So who is your living mentor? What's the impact?
My living mentor, uh, honestly, there are a few mentors that I have, but they have passed away. There's no living mentor as of today's date. My dad was one of them. My grandfather was one of them, and my dad's first uncle. He is one of my mentors also because he was also a journal writer in the columnist in the newspapers in India. Um, so yeah, all three of them they really have given me a really boost in my life. Uh, totally, yeah.
Okay. What advice you will give younger yourself?
Uh, don't do what you did before. uh, the thing is, um, just focus on what you do and just do it wisely. Do it with a passion. Don't lose hope because there will be hurdles in the way. Because when you're young and there's hurdles, then it seems like there's no way out. There's always a way out. But just be truthful to yourself. I think that's my advice.
Okay. Why being impactful is more important to you?
Why impactful is important to me?
Yes.
Um, I didn't get that question. Can you say
Why
that again?
being impactful more important to you?
Uh, I like to be impactful. I want to make sure that I make an impact in my journey, uh, my goals. Um, I feel I have to go with a bulldozer. I mean, if I don't go with a bulldozer, then I would never know. It's like saying, um, How would you know that if that person is going to say yes or no? You will not know till you ask that person, right?
Yes.
So it's the same process with my goals. How would I know that if I'm going to do well if I don't try? So, yeah, I think that's my impactful.
Okay. So, how can we support you?
Support me. I mean, go to my website and donate into my podcast. Come to my courses whenever they're the courses. You contact me through Instagram. Follow me on my Instagram. Follow me on my Twitter. Follow me on my Facebook. Follow me on my LinkedIn. I'm pretty much everywhere that you can think of. And please, if you do listen to my podcast, please review and rate because that's the only way for me to grow. That's the only way for me to learn from you because I am learning from you every day. I am releasing every day. And with your support, I cannot move forward. So please support, rate, review, donate, whatever you can. Back to basics. It's seriously here to stay. I've done season 2 already, and I think season 3 is going to be a big bang. So I'm just waiting for the season 3.
What would you like to say about your guest experience on this show?
From this show,
Yes.
uh, you know, uh, I have I have been on many podcasts as a guest, and you are totally awesome. You were very patient with me, and I have a lot of things to learn from you for sure. But I feel being a guest sometimes I get nervous because being a guest is also being nervous
Yes,
because
yes, yes.
I've
Right.
always been a host before.
Yes.
So yeah, so that those are my 2 cents on that.
Okay. So, what's your final word?
What's my final word? My final word would be there are 3 types of people in this world. One is who who do you want to be? What do you want to be? And why do you want to be? And it could be one person or it could be 3 people. But those are the 3 items that I want to ask you and everyone, whoever's listening here, to think about this statement and be yourself. And that is all I'm saying. And I always say at the end of my every of my episodes, which is everything in life goes back to basics, and that's what back to basics is all about. That's it.
Okay. Thanks, Grace, for sharing your wisdom with us on the behalf of our community and team. We really appreciate you. Until the next time, all good wishes to you.
Thank you. Thank you so much for your kind words.
My pleasure.